Hello.
Let's quickly touch on Queer Essentials.
Yes.
At time of recording this, we're 1 week in. First episode came out.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, we can say that. Do you not want to say that?
I mean, last week I said, we're like 6 months behind.
Yeah, we're 6 months behind.
We're not 6 months behind.
It's the 1st of March.
Remember when I called
What year?
Remember when I called out that woman in M&S and I put down the date and time she came in?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what?
There was some really rude woman in Marks and Spencer's on the 2nd of November.
Carmen sometimes just waiting to be someone to confront her saying, what was that you were saying?
Oh, I do that all the time, especially when I'm pissed off. I'm like, please let someone say something.
Yeah.
But luckily, my sisters know me well enough where they just leave me alone. And I can't purposely walk around and someone say something, say the wrong thing.
Last episode, Carmen was mentioning someone, basically, if you worked anywhere in the same industry as Carmen, you would know exactly who she was talking about. So,
and I'm okay with it.
Absolutely fine with it.
And I know I'm not going to get in trouble because he's going to tell me off, so fuck it.
Yeah. First episode came out on Monday.
First episode came out on Monday.
Hashtag Strictly Dickly.
Oh my god, I love that bit as well. Like, I was waiting for a hashtag to come up for that and it didn't. I'm like, wait, but we got the hashtag for the other one.
I'm Strictly Dick.
Yeah, some we've got where we've designed the words, keywords and stuff, and then other ones we've got hashtags, so we've kind of separated the two to kind of.
And what was it DJ said?
What, Tommy better not fancy me.
Yeah.
Hashtag Tommy better not fancy me.
By the way, you with a deep voice, it's like a completely different person.
Really?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, I've not heard you in a deep voice.
What? When do you have a deep voice?
No, remember when he was talking about Rachel or Tommy?
Oh, yeah. You shot yourself with that one, didn't you?
I did. It went a little bit more deeper than I thought. I was like, ooh.
But yeah, what's how are you feeling about it?
Feeling really good. Had lots of positive feedback. People have been subscribing, people have been viewing. At the moment, it's I checked yesterday, and so that was only a couple of days in, and it was on 500 views.
That's pretty good.
Good. And then I was looking at sort of other podcasts and how many views they've had. And ones that have been released a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of them was a lot less than what our one was. Yeah. So it's kind of okay, we're on the right track.
I feel like we should mention to listeners, a friend of the show, Simeon, is back.
Hello.
We're actually talking about
we're talking about Queer Essential. I am back.
The time this episode comes out, Simeon is going to be a household name.
This is coming out in I think early July.
This episode's not even going to be able to come out. Simeon's going to be like... He's going to be like, you know that episode, Bernie?
If you just read these terms and conditions, I've spoken to my lawyer.
Is that one of your 3-month contracts?
Oh, no. My 3 months contracts are now void.
Oh,
yes. I've been taken off the market. Yes.
But what we're here to actually do today...
Yes.
Talk about my Valentine's Day last year.
Talk about your Valentine's Day
Yeah, in February. February, a few months ago. It wasn't last month, it was several months ago. Yeah, do you want to know what I actually ended up doing on Valentine's Day? I forgot it was Valentine's Day and I didn't do anything and I just sat at home watching Buffy, but ended up watching The Body.
The Body.
The episode where her mum dies.
Oh, I thought that was a different series. You watched Buffy and The Body and I was like, wait, what? You know what? Last year I done the marathon of from season 1 to 7, and The Body and the one after, which was Forever, is it called? Where Dawn tries to bring the mum back.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch them two. Those are the only two.
I always cry.
That's why I couldn't watch it.
I'm always just sitting there blubbing.
And I'm a silent crier. I would be so quiet, you wouldn't even know. You just look at me and my face is wet. I just get my whole head in the bucket.
So the tears start streaming and then the sniffles come in. Everyone can hear what I'm doing.
I don't do this. I even do the painful crying where it hurts and I'm like...
Yeah,
I'm just...
Sometimes I do that as well.
Ninja cry. I'm a
ninja cry. Then the person next to you is just going to be like, yeah, so Simeon, and then see you and be like, jeez,
it happens all the time.
Especially if it's on a Valentine's Day, it's just weird.
Oh gosh, could you imagine?
I was watching, have you seen that film Big Hero 6? It's just like a Pixar.
Not animated,
yeah, exactly. Not that sad at all, but my brother's girlfriend was heavily pregnant at the time, and I was just watching it with her in the morning, just watching it, minding my own business, turned around, she was in absolute fits of tears. It's not even a sad film. I was like, what are you crying about? It's like, the robot!
What happened to the robot? Spoiler, guys. Sorry.
So it is a really good film. So there's this young kid and his older brother's like a scientist guy, and he creates that white robot that you've seen, who's there. He's like a health robot.
Why has it got to be white? No, I'm joking. That's the go-to race. We could be all day.
It's harder to clean as well. I don't know why they make robots white.
It's true.
Like, I don't like white cars either because you can see the dirt.
True enough. Yeah. Okay. But black jumpers are really hard to clean, just like white jumpers, isn't it?
Yeah, but then I heard that the dust and dirt shows up more. Especially when it comes to cars, yeah. It might be
don't have white or black cars.
Well, true. Sorry, off topic.
Anyway.
It creates this white supremacist robot. And then the brother dies, and then the robot's there. The older brother dies. And then
you didn't think that was sad?
That was quite sad, but that's near the beginning of the film.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And then the robot is kind of like his brother reincarnated or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then in the end, the robot ends up like sacrificing himself for the flipping kid. It's kind of sad. It's a pretty good film.
Yeah, and there's death, there's sacrifices. Mate.
Good film. Damn good film.
Pixar know how to do it.
Inside Out.
Oh
I cried in that.
Okay, so I like Inside Out, but I don't understand why people love it off so much. I understand thematically. Everyone's in love with it.
I don't know.
It's a good film, right? But give me Toy Story any day.
Yeah?
The original. The first one.
All three.
2.
Three was good. I like 3. 3 was emotional. Like, 3 was the last time I actually left the house with both my brothers. Like, because we're at that age that I'd just moved out. And then my older brother was taking my little brother out to go watch Toy Story 3, and he said, do you want to come? I'm like, okay, why not? And then at the end of the movie, because our family doesn't show emotion with each other. Yeah. At the end of the movie, we're all sitting there, not looking at each other, just crying.
No, that's so good. I never cried in a film. I've welled up, and I'm worried if one tear came out,
then
Jesus Christ, I'll be like, it'd be everything that's ever bad happened to me.
Yeah.
And then we're all
the
I wouldn't be able to stop.
All sorts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about before, though. But I'm like, everyone needs a good cry, though. You need to cry. Like, everyone needs a good laugh. You also need a good cry to let out everything. Even though it just builds up and you'll explode.
Yeah.
Hopefully we will cry in this episode.
I'm gonna cry because I'm so scared.
Why?
Carmen's been bricking it.
I've been bricking it for 2 weeks.
But that's that's too long to be bricking it.
That was me just being nice. I've been bricking it since we spoke about it.
Really? Oh, for me it was just today. Today I was like, I'm a bit nervous.
Every time he messages about it, and I'm like, I'm so scared.
It's pretty funny.
And it's like, I've got my questions ready. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
So should we get the music out of the way and then we'll...
Yeah, I mean, because Dolph Lundgren wasn't happy that we didn't cue him in last time.
Dolph Lundgren's our in-house musician.
Yeah, he's our in-house musician. So go on, Dolph, take it away.
Welcome to the Dork's Deduction Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
Now fuck off, Dolph.
So mean to him. Last time we forgot that he was even there.
Go do another, Expendables.
Is he in the Expendables movies?
Is he the Russian guy from Rocky?
Yeah.
Are you the Russian guy from Rocky?
You're going to just ask him.
Alright, so what...
By the way, I'm just getting over something. So that's what I was scared of, coughing the whole way through.
Yeah, isn't it, right? Excuses. Oh, I don't know that. I can't answer right now.
My mind is fine, my throat is not.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we here for?
We're here for Slayerfest 2019.
Slayerfest 2019. Slayerfest 2019.
I would slay you if you actually got it wrong again.
Into every generation.
Yeah.
Slayerfest 2019.
Yeah. 21 years after the original, we're back. But we're not going to be killing Slayers.
No.
Obviously.
What was the original Slayerfest?
Basically, in season 2, Homecoming episode.
We're talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sorry.
Let's just be explicit here. We're talking about Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes. Season 3, the Homecoming episode. Cordelia and Buffy were going through a thing. Mr. Trick, who I love and didn't last as long as I was hoping, he came along again and he kidnapped Buffy and Cordelia, thinking Cordelia was Faith. But her friends, Buffy's friends, had hired a limo and put both Cordelia and Buffy in it. Why are you laughing about it?
love it. It's so good.
Both Cordelia and Buffy, and it said they could work out the issues. They got kidnapped, thinking they were the two Slayers, demons, vampires, and stuff. Came to hunt them down and win the prize, whatever that was. And then
that is so true. What the fuck was the prize? Because they gave money.
They gave money. I think
so
it might be just the
was just
the fact that they were able to kill the Slayers.
Yeah,
the two Slayers, Faith and Buffy at that point. And and then Cordelia and Buffy kicked their fucking asses.
Yeah.
Woo, woo. Cordelia.
Well, she hit one with a spatula a couple of times. But she'd done her part.
Who's Alexander?
Yes.
You shouldn't have been laughing through what I was saying. You should have been.
I was just loving it. I love it when you go off on one about something you know lots about.
So 21 years later, which is most of my life.
Ooh, yeah.
True. Yeah. Oh, wow, that sounds so sad.
I know, right?
I'm 30 next year.
That's
30 next year.
I'm 30 next year.
I've stopped aging from the age of 21. So now, every year I turn 21, and that's it.
Honey, who you kidding?
When I'm left in my 40s, if I lie about my age for long enough, it's going to be more believable that I'm younger, hopefully.
Do you do that thing where, like, characters in films say how old they are, and then you compare yourselves how old they are in the film?
Yeah, and I'm like, but you look
okay,
like
so he's only 26 or 27, and that's how old I am.
What I do is I compare their character's age to their real age.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I compare.
How old are you really?
Sarah Michelle Gellar, she was only like 20...
21.
Yeah, 21, which is actually good for America, because they hire people in their 30s and 40s to play teenagers.
Like 90210.
Yeah, my God. There was that guy.
That were in their 30s.
Yeah, there was a guy that was in his late 30s and he looked it, so I don't understand why they hired him.
And I think, what was that?
He was a blonde guy.
Teddy.
I didn't really watch it, but I know there was a blonde guy, and I looked and I was like, he looks really old, I'm going to look him up.
Yeah.
And he was really old.
And one of the teachers that...
He was younger than the students.
No way. 90210.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. But anyway, back to Buffy. Sorry, guys. I'm taking us off on a little side note.
Simeon and Tamim love Buffy.
Simeon and Tamim are scared.
Because we got a quiz later, and that's all Tamim's thinking about.
Oh, we got it later? We can't just get out of the way?
Oh, no,
Can I just say, how many questions are in this quiz?
It's only 8.
I've got 8 questions.
Okay.
And I think they're really good questions, but I'm worried that they're just going to be like as easy as like who's the wizard in Lord of the Rings for you two, like
who's that Gandalf?
Yeah, exactly. But that's easy for anyone, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think I've gone deep with these questions, and you guys are gonna be like, oh, is that it?
But what if they're too good and we can't answer it? That's equally
hopefully I found the perfect
a good balance.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a bit nervous about the quiz. Everyone's nervous about the quiz.
Yes.
Everyone's nervous.
So let's just talk about Buffy for a bit.
Okay.
Why do you like it so much?
Because why wouldn't I like it so much?
Did you used to watch it on Channel 2?
BBC 2, 7:30 on a Thursday, I believe it was.
Yeah. See, I can't even remember. I just
No.
remember
It was I think it was on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, because I remember I had Arabic class on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I always used to skip it because I wanted to watch Buffy.
It's one of the questions I need to scratch out now. No, no.
I think it was after Simpsons, because you know how it was like Simpsons and Fresh Prince one day and Simpsons something else, Simpsons something else.
Yes.
I think it was after the Simpsons.
No, I swear Buffy was on a weekend.
6:20.
No.
So it must have been on
Friday night.
No, it
Friday
definitely wasn't. I think it was a Tuesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
it was probably
like
after Simpsons, so it would make it about 6:20.
Then Robot Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
What was the first season that you started watching? Did you watch it from season 1?
I can't remember when it started airing, because there was a thing back in the 90s and early noughties where we would get TV shows like years after it aired, not even like months, years. I don't know.
In my mind, I thought that we was like a year behind.
No, I think it was more.
Really?
Yeah, because I remember it fairly clearly from about season 2. It started airing in 1996 in the States. I would have been 4. I don't think I would have remembered it that clearly if it was only a year behind, and I remember season 2 onwards.
Okay.
Really?
Maybe I started watching it before you.
I remember it coming on TV and being this new thing, but then I thought the one with the hyenas was one of the first episodes, but it's not.
I mean, it is, but it was episode 6.
Season 1.
Yeah, season 6.
Yeah.
Episode 6, season 1.
But I remember them watching that and being like, this is this new crazy TV show.
Yeah.
Do you think it was groundbreaking, or do you think it was just like
I think it was groundbreaking purely because you don't see, firstly, you don't see women fronting TV shows, especially powerful women.
Yeah.
And secondly...
around that time you did, I think it was
Xena and stuff.
Because you had Xena, you had Charmed and everything was kind of like
Charmed, I forgot about that.
Sabrina the Teenage Witch, like everything just came at you like all at once. But considering it was based on the film, I mean...
That film!
That alone, from the film... I'm sorry, I don't know who made the film, but I'm sorry, it was bad.
It was
quite almost.
It was bad.
I remember looking at it in like the video
rewatching it today,
shot.
because I'm like, I'll give it a rewatch, see what it's like, and I'm like, nah, because I tried watching it yesterday but fell asleep, so that's probably a sign.
That was the sign.
And then I tried watching it this afternoon. I'm like, this is not good, but I'm so happy that it's so short. It's an hour and 27 minutes.
Hour and 20, not even 90 minutes.
Credits,
Oh, that's long enough.
including credits.
It's kind of like
I can sacrifice
Garfield
that.
was
But then I do like.
It should have been 1 hour. You got 1 hour to produce something.
that film kind of reminds me of like a cheesy porno or something.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But just
Without the porn.
Yeah, without the porn. It's like always building up to it, and it's like there's none of it in there.
There's too much script, not enough action.
Exactly.
No, but that's pure. If it wasn't for that film, we wouldn't have got the TV show.
It's true.
Because what happened was he wrote the script, he sold it to producers that were hack producers.
Look at Tom, I'm just calling him by his first name.
Joss Whedon, sorry. He sold it to hack producers, and they did whatever they wanted to it, and then he wasn't happy, and he shopped it to networks.
Yeah.
But then again, I've seen the unaired pilot. You've seen the unaired pilot, right?
Yes.
It was sucked.
It was so shit.
It's like, do you wonder how you got to air?
And
like
the girl
Alison
that played
Hannigan wasn't
Willow,
in it. Yeah, she
and
was
I
a random
just
person.
Whoa.
She didn't have any warmth. Like she didn't want.
She just was flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Wasn't the ginger girl?
No.
It was
some other person. Yeah.
So I've always known that they casted a different Willow before, and then like for some reason like she got. I think it was her choice. I don't think they kicked her out, but she was like.
I'm glad.
And she wasn't in it, and then they recasted, and they took a liking to Alison Hannigan. Who wasn't your typical, put on glasses. And
my question's going to be too.
But she was just, she just played the character really well. And you know when you watch certain things and you're just like,
she is that person.
You just want to like high five the whoever cast.
Yeah.
Just like
sure.
you've done a very
Buffy was
good
really
job.
good at casting.
Yeah.
I think. Even like the secondary characters, like people like Jonathan and stuff, and Andrew, even they were cast to perfection.
Yeah.
Who's Jonathan and Andrew?
Well, Jonathan's been around since the beginning. Andrew came on season 6.
Well,
he was part of the trio.
Jonathan, he made his appearance on
season 2, I think.
Season 2, Inca Mummy.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
did you just name the episode?
I did.
Yeah, so that's why I was scared. That's why I was scared. He knows episode names. Yeah, but Jonathan's been around for a while. Andrew came on season 6, but apparently they retconned it and said.
And I like the fact that he had apparently always been around, and no one knows who the fuck this guy is. Like they were like, who are you again?
Tucker's brother.
Tucker's brother.
Would it be like self-reflective sort of thing? Would it be like talking about, as in like, would it be saying like, who the fuck are you, like? On purpose, like a wink to the camera.
No. Nobody knows who he is. Basically, he's this villain that they're called the trio. So there's 3 of them. So they know who Warren is. They know who Jonathan is because they went to school together. No, Jonathan.
Jonathan, they went to school with. Warren, they met in season 4, I believe.
Was it 4?
I think it was during the college years. I think it was 4 or 5.
Or 5, because I know there was that thing when he made.
Yeah, he made the robot and the girlfriend. The robot girlfriend tried to.
Season 5.
Yeah, I think season 5. But so Andrew, he was funny. He was Tucker's brother. Even Spike knew Tucker, but didn't know Andrew. He's just like, who the fuck is Andrew? And he was like, and Buffy's just like Tucker's brother. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's just a running joke because Andrew stuck around for like the remainder of season 7 as well. Yeah.
What's your favourite season?
2.
2 was
an absolute classic.
2 is
there's only 2 episodes of season 2 that I wasn't too keen on, which was what was it? Episode 2, Some Assembly Acquired, which was like their take on like Frankenstein, basically.
Yeah.
Where like a guy got into an accident and then wanted to
the American football guy.
Yeah.
I seen that. That one is rubbish.
I think because of his face, like,
and
I
he's
think
like,
it just put me off.
And he's like, he's in the whole episode, he's in the cellar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like hiding in the shadows or whatever. Yeah, I remember
that one. And I think episode, is it 20? Yeah, 20, Go Fish, which I wasn't too keen on.
Go Fish, I just...
What happens in Go Fish?
Okay, so basically...
that was like their take on like the Blue Lagoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're like being steamed in steroids or something.
Yeah.
Basically, the only thing I remember at Go Fish is just like, what is that foulness? Wentworth Miller says.
Yeah.
What is that? Because we were just talking about Prison Break as well. And Wentworth Miller, just saying, what is that foulness? I'm just like, do people actually say that?
Dude, what is that foulness?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And I was just like, dude, what is that accent?
quick fact, Ben Affleck is actually in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie.
What, the first movie?
1992, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he just plays like a random basketball player.
Oh, okay. I didn't even notice him.
To be fair, I only watched it a few hours ago. But
because who's the guy? Is his name? They
Luke
call him
Perry.
Pike?
I love Luke
Luke
Perry.
Perry.
As an adult, as a young person, I would. Yeah, I don't want to get too graphic,
well, you
but I
can't
love
say.
Luke Perry.
No, go on, honey. Speak up.
I love
You
Luke
would
Perry.
go
That's all we
there?
need to say. But I have a huge crush on Luke Perry. But then
Yeah.
I have a thing for old dudes as well. I prefer him when he's older. But yeah.
Yeah, I like old dudes sometimes.
Yeah, it's very disconcerting.
I think that I'm surprised and glad that it didn't taint Hilary Swank's career.
She was a minor role, yeah, but it was a minor role. She didn't get her proper start until Karate Kid a few years later.
Thank God.
Who did she play in?
She played one of her Valley girlfriends.
Yeah, shit. As it would be in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the series should be like the Cordettes.
Oh,
I'd say she's like the Harmony character, isn't she?
Yeah. But yeah, season 2 is my favourite.
Season 2 is the better season.
It had that sort of original quality where it was at its peak.
Yeah.
The first season was kind of like the
finding itself.
They made a lot of changes, even to like the wardrobe, and especially in terms of like the Slayer herself. And yeah, and that whole storyline between her and Angel, and then him turning evil. And when he turned evil, I think. So the episode before he lost his soul, which was Surprise, I think they stopped airing for a little while. So then it was kind of like, oh, what's going to happen? And then when they came back, which was... No, it wasn't Phase. What was the episode called? I think Innocence.
See, this is why I was scared.
I think it's called Innocence. Forgive me if I'm wrong, listeners. But
you could get murdered in the comments.
I think 7.9 million views.
Shit.
Yeah.
Which actually back then wouldn't have been a lot, but the network that Buffy was airing on was quite small. I think it went from the WB to UPN, didn't it? So WB was like a teen network with like because neither of them exist anymore. WB was like the network that had like Dawson's Creek and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's actually a lot of
Do you watch
viewers
Dawson's
for
Creek?
them.
I dipped in and out, but I don't even think I've watched a full episode.
Really?
Just the look of it just makes me feel a little bit ill.
Yeah, to be fair, going back looking at the clothes they wore.
The clothes, I don't mind the clothes.
Really?
Yeah, it's their faces and their haircuts I can't stand.
No, I like going back when I realise an actor has been in Dawson's Creek, because everyone's been in Dawson's Creek or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll go back and watch an episode that they've been in just to see the changes over time. And like, that is so funny.
Yeah.
The clothes in Buffy's like that's what people are wearing nowadays.
I think it's awful.
It's horrible clothing, but also she slays in that. Like I'm gonna lie,
Leather
I'm a girl, right? I can barely go out day to day and stuff like that she wears, but she's like fighting in that. You can't fight in that.
She can do whatever she wants.
No, you can't fight in leather like skirts and stuff.
Yeah, could you do what she did if you were in like flipping trackies?
Well, no, but I'm not the Slayer. I'm not.
Exactly, she could do everything in anything.
It's when they make her run in the heels and the boots, and I'm like, oh, child, please don't. And then because she's got like super agility, so she has to look like she's running super fast.
Yeah.
And in season 2, like the second to last episodes, I think it's called Becoming, where Kendra the Vampire Slayer dies. So if you ain't seen it, guys, but to be honest, it's been out for so long, you should have done.
No such thing as a spoiler. 20 years.
Exactly.
25 years.
But, and then she's running through the corridors, and them corridors look like she's just gonna slip. Because I was turning corners and shit in heels, and you're running. Ooh.
I do like her hair though. She's got really fine hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, I think, the first time I looked at their dress sense and I was like, this is disgusting. I think it was when she came back in season 3. So the first episode was Anne?
Yeah.
So it was Dead Man's Party, when they threw out the party.
Yeah, and they had the mask
she's in
and all,
a pink dress. And the dress looks like what you would put your 10-year-old daughter in. Like, there was frilly bits. There was this, it was poofed out from the bottom. I was just like, no. But
Americans in the 90s just tend to wear bad clothes.
Yeah.
If you look at any show in that era, they're just terrible clothing.
The costume design, though, is quite, like, specific. Even if you don't like the clothes, like, you wouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
It's quite, like, detailed.
I'd say the only person that had decent clothing was Willow because it was comfortable, and Giles because it was functional.
Giles?
Willow, she just...
It was comfortable. It was comfortable. She just wore...
It was a comfortable mess.
I would Willow's clothing.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to wear school uniform at school, I think I'd probably go with the Willow route than the Buffy route.
See, I would be a Cordelia and I'd be looking down on you, honey. I'd be like, you need to get together.
And in the end, I'll find out you have a heart and we'll be friends.
True.
Yeah.
Which they did with Cordelia a bit. She had layers, as she said.
Cordelia, I think, has the most developed character. Like, not just in Buffy, over the course of Angel as well. She's the most developed character.
Do you like Angel, the show?
I feel like we should do a separate episode on Angel.
Shit, I never watched half of it.
But I do love Angel.
Angel
more so than Buffy.
And what I love was what they did with it and how they done the spin-off, because it was created within... I mean, they created the spin-off Angel and then they called it the Buffyverse, as in like the Buffy universe, and I liked how different it was, that I could love both equally for different reasons. Angel was very more grown up, very more serious and direct, and people die, whereas Buffy's more teen drama, more fun loving, a bit more quirky.
Later on with Buffy it gets more heavy, like because I'd say my second, because my favourite season is season 2 as well. My second favourite season is got to be season 5. I think partially because it came after season 4, which was awful.
Season 4
but also season
Does everyone
5,
think season 4 is awful?
I think the whole world thinks season 4 is awful.
Shit.
Yeah, I get why they did it, and it's a good point that you made, actually. They're saying that you love season 5 because it came after season 4, and I think that in order for the story to develop, the characters develop, you needed season 4, because I think that's what it was about. They came out of high school, they went into college, and then their friendship was kind of like a make or break, and in the end it kind of did make, and they... I mean,
season 4 had its moments, but as a whole, I think...
It had its moments, did it?
As in, there were some points. That's basically it. There were some points. Yeah. They give Spike the chip...
And not even episodes, just points, like...
Yeah. No, they gave Spike the chip. That was one notable thing that they did.
What's the chip?
As in, they put the chip in his head so he can't hurt people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So,
But then season 5, it made it actually. There is a stark difference between season 5 and what came before, because she is wholly an adult. Especially that's when she loses her mum as well. Yeah. She has to become a mother.
Yeah.
Is that the bit where she lives in the house of her sister?
So basically, her sister shows up at the beginning of season 5, and then because they go a few episodes without addressing it because we haven't seen Dawn before. Which I love, because then I started questioning when I first actually watched it. I was like, has she actually been around this whole time? I genuinely thought that.
Sent away.
Yeah, I was like, maybe she was just living with her dad or something.
Everyone's watched season 1, 2, 3 and 4 and they don't know none about this sister. They have never heard of this sister, and then all of a sudden she walks into her room and she goes, "What are you doing in my room?" And then the girl looks at her, and then the mum says something like, "Oh, when you're going out, Buffy, can you take your sister to the movies?" or something like that. And they go, "Mum," and it's like, "I beg your pardon."
That's good script writing, that, because it's like you know that they've got the same mum straight away without having a conversation about oh, my long lost sister, like rah, whatever like that.
But it gave her something to fight for that wasn't like a boyfriend or something, which is great.
Oh, that's a good point.
Because I read somewhere that they were going to make Ben, the other Gloria's alter ego, her love interest, and they decided Dawn's going to be a love interest in season 5.
I'm glad.
What is Dawn the sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember watching an episode where it was like, Dawn's a bit of a rebellious teenager, and then Buffy has to be like the kind of strict mum or whatever. Yeah. Does Dawn want to become a Slayer?
There was a moment when
doesn't she go out with that other Slayer girl and she tries to follow on her coattails a bit, and then Buffy's like, "No, don't go out," or whatever. So and Buffy has to come and fucking kick some fucking ass.
That sounds like the episode Potential in season 7.
Yeah, so that's what I thought he was talking about. So basically, she's feeling left out because she's basically just a human. You've got Willow the witch, and Xander's the only other human around her. You've got
Willow's a witch.
Yeah. Have you? How much of this have you watched?
I feel like I've watched it all. I don't know.
You need to rewatch.
Willow's a witch.
That was a whole major arc.
From season 2.
Fuck. Yeah. I thought I'd watched season 2. Did you know what the thing is?
Did you not, there was a thing called Dark Willow. Do you not remember this?
She was villain in season 6.
I do. You know, the thing with Buffy is, what I learned about Buffy, it's one of those first shows where it's like, every episode could be its own thing, there's its own bad thing, but it's got this... Every season has a beginning and an end sort of thing. And it's like there's a really bad thing bubbling up throughout the whole thing. Yeah. But you could watch episodes sort of separately.
Yeah.
And that's quite a new thing,
like detached episodes that are more like fun. That it's kind of like, as you said, in its own sort of separate thing.
The thing is, they did have to do that a lot with shows like that and like X-Files and stuff to get. casual viewers. It's really difficult for a show like that.
Yeah.
That has so much like depth. And like fantasy and science fiction behind it and everything like that. But they did that with a lot of shows like that.
You know what I get amazed by? How they kept it so consistent and they had so many different writers for like each, like every episode was like a different writer.
Yeah.
And it was just like, bloody hell, you guys are really talented to kind of
Joss
be,
is a
like, have
mastermind.
that same sort of mind process.
Yeah.
I'm going to take in this episode these characters on this journey. And for it to be relatable to every other episode that's come before.
Because sometimes with shows you could get an episode where it's like, where did that episode come from? That's not even like the same TV show. It's got the same characters, but it looks like it's written by a completely different person. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, but Joss is an amazing writer and like showrunner. I don't want to have your eyes glaze over, but that's why they recruited him to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because he could build a universe. He built
put on my glasses now with the the eyes open.
That's all I'm just going to say. That's all I'm going to say. But that's why they needed him at the initial phase 1 of.
No, he's a genius.
Marvel,
I think he is good.
I mean, I wouldn't like to say anything about Justice League, but he's a genius. But he was like, before even Buffy came along, he was a script doctor in Hollywood for like years.
He's the only person to write an episode for every season of Buffy.
Yeah, he was the script doctor for Toy Story.
Yeah.
I
Joss.
think, Joss. My mate Joss.
Oh, Joss.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show. He's alright. Like
He's on vacation
we were discussing maybe doing an adaptation of I don't know. We already did Much Ado About Nothing, didn't we? Oh yeah, that's what surprises me about Joss. Exactly, he did Much Ado About Nothing. It's so weird.
Who now?
Joss Whedon, he directed a version of Much Ado About Nothing.
Come on, Shakespeare.
And it's actually
Did I have to go to school for that? Remember, last time I was there, I already told you guys that
It's actually really
If it was between year 3 and year 11, I might not say.
But like Amy Acker and Alexis Denisoff and people are in it. Yeah,
okay.
people from the Buffyverse.
Oh, okay, cool. Going back to what you said about season 5. My second favourite would be season 6, because Dark Willow, that was amazing. But season 5, what I liked about that was the characters that they introduced. Dawn, I didn't like because she was annoying, but I liked the story.
Can we say who each character is?
Dawn is
Dawn's
the
the sister.
Yeah,
Dawn, I completely agree with you, because I understood the reason for her being there.
Yeah.
But then after season 5, I just really wanted to shoot her every scene she was in. Like, she was just...
Her favourite line, get out, get out, get out, get out!
Yeah.
Like, she says that at least, like, 2 times in every season.
Yeah. But then
She said over, get out, get out, get out! I'm just like, bitch, shut up. Read your book.
I love that she became a running joke in the show. Like, every time she got every time she got kidnapped and was like, oh, it must be Tuesday. Buffy actually said the words, it must be Tuesday. And Spike was just like, what again?
Like, as if you'd say that if your sister got kidnapped. It must be Tuesday.
That's how often it happens.
Maybe.
That's another thing with Buffy, isn't it? Like the cheesy, funny lines. That's quite a big Buffy thing, I think. It's a Buffy trope. What's your favourite cheesy Buffy line?
Oh, I don't know, but I love that they also made that a running joke with the Buffy bot. I was about to say robot, the Buffy bot.
I remember that.
They actually made the effort of downloading puns into her.
That's so good. That's so clever. Fair enough to them.
Yeah. But I liked how everyone's vocabulary was very different, but then still
consistent,
very quirky
and consistent to themselves throughout. They all had their own character.
Buffy does something that I do, where you hear something and then you turn it into something completely different. Like when Giles Muster asked her in season 3, "Oh, what was the guy's name?" and it was like, "Oh, he said something about Kikitos." Or maybe it was kissing toes. Are they kissing toes? And it's like, no, Kikitos. It's like, oh, okay. Willow's very... I don't know, her mannerisms is just very... Willow is just completely... Alison
I feel like we're all a bit of Willow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
she's really nice, isn't she? She's very like honest and nice.
But then she has
the darkness
when she flips out. Like even in like the early seasons, where like she's like when she kicks Xander and Cordelia out of her library. It's the school library, but she calls it her library. She's like, if you're not going to help, then get the hell out of my library.
Oh yeah.
So she does have have
she did some research.
She's just like, you know what, I've had enough of you.
Yeah, but then also she found out her domain. Yeah, like because she was on. I don't want to be offensive to bookworms or anything, but that's what she was.
Yeah,
and she knew
owned it.
So exactly, she owned it. But I love Willow has got to be one of my favourite characters of just the Buffy, purely because they laid the groundwork so well for Dark Willow with her.
Yeah.
Like, they were going back seasons. Like, if you go back and rewatch, there's hints all from the beginning of her doing the witchcraft and stuff, and Giles saying stuff to her. Like, it's amazing. They actually followed through.
Oh, so she turns into a witch in which season?
Season 2 is when...
Oh, right.
I think that actually she starts to experiment. Yeah.
I think it gets to season 4 where she takes Wicca classes and she meets her.
Yeah.
Does she turn into a witch, or has she always been?
Apparently, she studied it, but apparently she had like a natural energy about her, according to other witches and stuff. Because some people, that's what I was confused about. I'm just like, can any human learn? Because Anya,
that's what I was gonna say.
she was a human, and then she did a massive spell on the troll guy.
Yeah.
And then she became a demon.
Well, you can, because season 4, I think it was the last episode, where Xander read something from a book, and in the book... No, Xander was like, I don't think anything's going to happen. If
you're talking about the musical episode, aren't you?
No, I think it was Primeval. Oh, second to last episode.
Yeah, no, so Xander is actually proof,
the book, and then he starts reading from it, and the book goes on fire, and he closes it. And then Giles is like, don't ever read Latin in front of the book, or something like that.
Yeah, so Xander's actually done it a couple
You don't have to have special power to do it, you just have to say the spell or whatever.
Basically, yeah. But I mean, as Charmin said,
it was natural.
You kind of have like a natural gift. It's like you can go into acting, but you're not going to be, everyone has different levels and different limits.
So she came to the point where she didn't even need to cast spells. She could just do it. Like, she just used her energy. She sucked up dark energy, whatever. She's used her energy. She could levitate things. She can do whatever she fucking wanted to do. That's what made her the most dangerous one, and also the hardest.
Most dangerous one?
I feel like she's probably the most dangerous big bad, purely because they wouldn't have been able to take her down.
Okay, right.
Do you really think they would have taken her down?
Let's list the villains and
okay, so season 1, the Master. Season 2...
This is all my questions, man. This is all my questions.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Really?
What?
Are they?
This isn't my question, bro. You're so touching and you're so near the questions.
I'm so scared about these questions.
You're grazing the questions.
Okay, so the questions, are we going to... How about we write them? Because I feel like we're just going to shout over each other.
No, I think it should be like some sort of...
Oh,
well, we'll plan...
That's a good idea, actually.
Because we're going to end up shouting over each other.
No. I think it should be quick fire.
Certain people are going to get upset.
No, it should be quick fire. And it'll be... You just have to say your name. That's the buzz.
Of writing it down.
No,
because I feel like then we could actually make a piece, because if we argue...
Write it down for an audio podcast, I think so.
I made you write answers for Lord of the Rings.
No, I think it's just... No.
Alright, well, here's the...
Because I think if you get more than 5 seconds to think about it, then you'll just all know all the answers.
True.
Anyway, we're not doing the quiz yet.
But, alright, so go
for Angel season 2.
Yeah.
Season 3 was Mr. Trick and then the Mayor.
Yeah, and the bit of
Season 4, Initiative and Adam. Season 5, Glory and... Not really Ben, I guess Ben was just along for the ride.
Tag along.
Season 6 was the trio first, and then Dark Willow the last 4 episodes or so.
Yeah.
Season 7 was the first, and opening up the Hellmouth and the Tarot
See,
Khan.
I would go with the first.
What, that's the most powerful bad guy?
Well, I was just saying, like, for the group itself.
Big bad, they call it, isn't it?
I understand where you're coming from, because if it's a friend of yours, then it's like,
I don't think Buffy would have been able to take her down.
I don't think so.
Buffy could barely bring up the courage to actually have a fight with Anya, and I don't even think she was that friendly with Anya.
Yeah.
It was just because Anya was around for a few years, and she was, friendly, but not best friends.
Yeah.
But I don't think she was, like, specifically the biggest bad, but I think for them personally...
The big bad is what they call it, isn't it?
Yeah, the big bad. I think for them personally, it would have been difficult. I don't think they would have been able to take her down.
Yeah.
I think Giles came at the right time.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just comparing Willow to the first.
The first is very limited in what she can do. Sure, she can influence evil. They can influence evil, but
we can all
other than
influence
that,
evil.
exactly, we can all influence evil.
But I mean,
she just managed to track down a few of the right people. Caleb, I would find Caleb more scary than the first.
Yeah, Caleb was
fucked up, man.
We're talking about the IC now.
No, Caleb. Caleb was the so Nathan Fillion,
like, preacher guy.
Yeah,
who
was a serial killer.
He was like basically on the left hand side of the first, which is the first evil. That's where the name comes from.
Okay.
But and he was strong. He's powerful. He just
intense.
The first time he met Buffy, he was like, "Oh, so you're the Slayer. Let me get a good look at you." Boom! One slap through her. She knocked her out cold, and it was like, "All right, so what else you got?" And then there's all of them, and then Buffy's the strongest one. And it's like,
and how's he kill? How's Buffy
Well, basically, she takes like a sort of blade axe type thing out of some rocks. So it's kind of like a King Arthur thing. I can't remember. I don't even think they knew what it was.
That should have been
the Sith or something.
Scythe.
The scythe or something, yeah. And I think it belongs to a Slayer because when both Faith and Buffy held it, they felt power, but the others couldn't.
It's like King Arthur.
So that was what they used. Yeah, that was what they used to give all the potential Slayers powers, suit the Slayer powers.
Mate, you guys are so sick of Buffy.
But yeah, she cut him in half.
Yeah,
from the
pretty much,
balls
yeah.
going up.
Really? Long way.
And then her first line was, he had to split.
Oh.
And I was like, to be honest, when I was watching that, I was kind of like, yeah. But then she even laughed at her own joke. And
What, she thought it was shit?
Actually, no, maybe she laughed because she thought it was funny.
Yeah,
She's a
probably.
psychopath.
Yeah.
She loves her puns.
She's a psychopath. Who
Yeah,
cut
but-
someone in half
He
and
was
make
a
a joke?
serial killer.
Slayer. She's killed a lot of
she's
people.
killed.
The body count.
Oh, gosh.
I like the episode, the 50s episode.
What 50s episode?
The fifth.
Oh, you mean when they...
Giles and everyone, all the old people think they're teenagers.
Oh, the
Bad
Candy
Candy.
episode.
That's so good.
The
And doesn't
50s
Giles-
episode. What does
Giles-
that mean?
It's because isn't Giles got like a leather jacket on like a motorbike?
How does that mean 50s?
Because he's like James
Plenty of
Dean
people
or
have
something like
leather
that.
I think
jackets.
he had a leather jacket in the picture that he showed of them. No, he didn't even show
I
it.
swear they go to like
found
the
it.
ice cream parlour and then...
I don't think he
isn't
had the white top.
There was no
and the
ice
blue
cream parlour.
jeans.
Isn't he going out with Buffy's
Buffy.
They have sex on a car.
mom?
Twice.
Yeah, twice. They have
That's good
sex on a
episode.
car.
That was a good episode.
And the one where everyone... I just remember snippets. One where everyone fancies Xander.
So
and,
he's
and he's like,
Yeah.
oh,
What
like,
is
be
that?
careful what you wish for.
He spelled he was trying to spell Cordelia into loving him after she broke up with him.
Yeah.
But the spell backfires and everyone but Cordelia falls in love with
Yeah.
him.
So the necklace that he used, which was supposed to link her to the love spell, it
It's
actually
just protected her.
But yeah, that was okay, an alright.
That wasn't
episode.
Oh, you don't
yeah.
like that one that much?
Not as
I
much
mean,
as others.
it helped with the witch mythology because I think a lot of the early Amy episodes helped with that.
Yeah, true.
I was watching Buffy with my friend like a few years ago. We got well into it. And my favourite line of his, he's like, I just like the episodes where they're just like normal high school students and just like they've got normal high school problems. I was like, that's such a like sweet thing to say, and I agree.
When they've got normal high school. Oh, but is there an episode?
I don't think there's
There
a
always
episode.
is at the beginning of the episode. They'll be at high school and
Yeah,
then
but
there'll
at
be
the
something about a
beginning.
test
Yeah,
or
but
something,
that's
and
the
then
beginning
something
of every
fucking
episode.
crazy. Yeah, but that's the bit
That's
he likes.
equilibrium, disequilibrium.
Really?
That's the bit he likes.
So he likes. Okay, so
That's why you don't like Dawson's Creek, because you just want Dawson's Creek, but if there was like vampires or like a hellmouth or
Yeah,
something
man,
like
nobody was
that.
for it.
So the technical term is that he just likes the equilibrium. He doesn't want the disequilibrium
Yeah, exactly.
or the
You just wanna
new
see
one.
them, like-
So that's-
Japanese anime, they call that slice of life. Because that's all it is, a slice of life.
That's
Like,
what
just
we
real life.
like.
Really? But then you just get bored, no?
I don't know. I suppose because you don't have a full episode of it, you want more of it because you only see it for like a little snippet
Well, I
at
guess
the
they're just
beginning.
going to have to watch 90210.
Yeah, exactly.
And leave Buffy
It's true.
alone.
What's the backstory? Because of Buffy, so like she comes to. I know that first episode she comes to another school and something bad's happening.
No, they moved away from LA.
Because didn't she do something?
She burned down a gymnasium.
Yeah, that's it.
They
So,
basically
but they
used
took-
the film
Well, they took
as
parts of it.
like the continuation of the series. So where she had the
so the film from
it was
1992.
like a
No, they didn't take the
continuation.
whole thing.
Not the
They
whole
just
thing, but
bits and
the whole,
pieces. Yeah.
the main storyline, because she had that Watcher
Yeah.
and they gave him the same name.
Yeah, but they
And
took
then-
away the whole Watcher mythology they set up in the movie. Because in the movie it was like Merrick was the one and only Watcher and he just gets reborn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the 1992 film is, and then the TV show that came out in 1996 is following on from the. It's the same universe.
It's the same universe.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically because in the film there is that gym, that last scene which is in the gym. So they basically wanted to say that she burnt down the gym to kill vampires, and then her mom, she got kicked out. Then she had to move.
It's quite. It's
She lied
kind
about
of.
the vampires. They said
It's
it was
kind of.
asbestos.
It's kind of touching on the whole troubled teenager thing, isn't it? Like, because imagine if. So I suppose the idea is that she burnt down the gymnasium, but no one knows.
Well, one
that-
of her excuses was because they had mice.
Asbestos. And
Yeah.
asbestos,
But
yeah.
people
And they were like, mice that was smoking?
no one else thinks that there's such things as vampires and stuff in the Buffy universe, do they?
That's correct.
Actually,
So
to be
they
fair,
just-
Sunnydale, by like after
can't
the
get
pilot
away with-
episode,
yeah.
they're like everyone knows there's stuff going on. Everyone knows there's stuff going on, but they just don't talk about it.
I wouldn't say everyone.
Remember in the end of season 7, there was that band, and like I can't remember what.
Did they
band
play
it
at the
was.
Bronze?
They played at the Bronze, and then they were just like, I hate playing Vampire Towns. I think it was fairly well known.
Yeah, but maybe
Amy Mann.
Possibly.
Her name is.
But maybe that was like a Vampire Towns could be another name for like Sleepy Towns, where just nothing really happens.
I think there was an unsaid thing, especially after the end of season 3.
Yeah, well, like Professor Snyder, their second principal.
Professor Snyder, that's such a good
Principal
character name.
Snyder.
Principal
Sounds proper
Snyder,
snidey. Is he a twat?
He is.
Yeah, of course he
He always knew that there was things going on.
I think most people
and would
empowered
cover it up. And yeah, because he was talking to someone who was maybe like a chief police officer.
No, he had contact with a mayor.
And then, no, but remember the episode with Spike and they infiltrated the school and tried to kill everybody? What is it, School Hard?
That's a good
I don't
episode.
know.
What was the bake? Is there a bake sale going on in that?
No.
No, I think it was a parent-teacher type thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I remember that episode.
How was that got anything to do with the bake
Bake
sale?
sale.
And then at the end of the
PTA.
episode, he was talking to someone who was a part of like the police, and he was like, "Oh, like we've got so many dead bodies." And then he was like, "I'll say it's a gang on," and then he said a name, and then he was like, "Oh, you really want to use that story again?" And he was like, "Well, what else are you going to use? You want to tell them the truth?" And he was like, "Okay, gang related it is."
So it's like touched upon that everyone knows. Am I being too?
But then why I don't say everyone is because the Joyce, bless her, Buffy's mum, she
Doesn't know nothing.
and if she did, she definitely don't want to know.
Yeah.
And
She even dated a robot that was a serial killer.
Yeah.
And she still doesn't know nothing.
It's true.
She's been confronted with Angel when he was morphed. As a soul effect. Angel still doesn't know nothing.
Is there stuff that comes up in Buffy, like the thing from Men in Black, where it's like you won't remember anything, which are like kind of like this is the only way that they. Do you know what I mean? Like character, plot lines.
Willow done a spell.
That made
which
people
was
fit tabula
tabula rasa, where people would forget.
That was the episode after
That
Once
was
More with
season
Feelings. I think Once More was Feeling was my favourite season 6 episode.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just like them all singing and dancing.
Oh gosh, you know what?
I remember turning that episode off. I was like, "Oh, they're just going to be singing the whole way through this episode." I didn't really like that.
It was a bit cringe, but I don't know, I like it sometimes. Some of the songs, like Walk Through Fire.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah.
And did you ever catch on to the song about the woman singing about the parking ticket?
No, I remember the song, but I don't remember the words.
Yeah,
I remember her singing in the middle.
I remember the
Like,
words.
that's when
I
they
ain't gonna
put
sing
out.
it for you.
Shane, one of the
I'm sorry,
questions
but-
is recite one of the songs from Once More with Feelings.
Let me rest in peace.
I'm joking.
Oh, that was my least favourite.
I touch the fire and it freezes me. I look into it and it burns.
I touch a lot of things and it freezes me.
No extra points for singing the song, Tom, and it's not actually a question.
I think I was in heaven, Alex. That's when they came out that she was in heaven and they found out.
Yeah,
that they'd actually pulled her out of heaven.
Way to
Do you want to know what pissed me off? It just reminds me now, them in heaven. What pissed me off, remember towards the end of season 7 where they kick her out of the fucking house?
That was
I'm like, fucking doors.
Is that when all the girls they all get together in the house? I remember that episode of being fucked off by that.
I would have been like, you guys, you don't want me to be a part of the team? No. You sure you don't want me to be a part of the team? No. You have to. No, bitch. You have to leave.
Yeah.
Whose name is on? Actually, no, but her name ain't on the list. Whose name would be on it?
It's Buffy.
No,
She's
but
the
she
older one.
died. She ain't got a
Yeah, but they didn't know. She didn't officially die, did she? They had the Buffy bot taking her place.
Yeah, then look at that. Proves my point even more. My name is on the house. All you guys got to go out.
Actually, doesn't that make her a bit of a like, what do you call it?
Sympathetic character?
No, like you just like step all over if she can like walk out of her own pushover.
Well, I
Well,
don't
Buffy.
know.
Yeah.
No, I think she was broken at that point because
Yeah,
at that point
broken.
she'd had to deal with the thirst. She had to deal with Caleb that would
got
have like
so much on
broken
her
and
plate.
bruised her.
Yeah.
She'd had to watch like I think half of the potential Slayers, or well, not half, a few of the potential Slayers die
Spike
because
coming
of
back into her life after trying to rape her.
yeah.
Sake.
Spike, I just still don't know how I feel about Spike.
Really?
I really don't.
If I
What
could
do you
have a
think about-
Spike and Angel sandwich. Oh!
Okay, Angel. Okay, like you must agree with me.
Hey!
You
You guys can't see, but I did some acrobatics in the studio.
Simeon just did a Buffy karate kick.
Man, to the ceiling.
You must agree with me about Angel that, like, once you've watched Angel, this TV show, and you go back and watch Buffy, you realise Angel was such a shit character in Buffy. He was just a love interest and then an antagonist. But other than that, he's
He didn't
nothing.
have much depth.
No,
She would always
exactly.
just turn around and he was just standing there pensive, like.
Exactly, and it was just creepy because he fell in love with her before he even met her back in LA.
But then I like that they played with that and they used that to their own advantage to make jokes. Like when she was losing her powers, it must have been helpless.
Yeah, when she was turning
season
7.
2.
Yeah.
And then
Fucking good.
they were having a conversation and she was like, oh my gosh, like I think I'm losing my powers and I'm just a regular girl, like would you still like me? And he was like, oh, I liked you when you was a regular girl. She was like, what? You saw me? He's like, yes, I saw you.
Ew.
And I wanted to fuse your heart with my own. And she was like, oh, that's so beautiful. If taken literally, very gross. And he was like, yes, I was thinking the same thing. But
with Spike, like, okay, if it wasn't the rape thing, I think that was the purest form of love because he loved her even when he didn't have
Is that the episode where they were in the house
But
and he was
he
like
tried
smashing
to-
her up against the wall and
But
stuff?
I understand.
that was just them having sex.
Yeah, that was just them having furious sex, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
But then I understand why you raped her without tried to rape her without a soul, but still, I
You
can't
understand
forget
why
it.
someone tried to rape someone without a soul?
No, as in he didn't have a soul. He didn't have a
If he
conscience.
was fully
right.
But then, if he was in love with her,
Yeah.
that should bypass things. So I still don't know 100% how I feel. But if it wasn't for the
Mate.
rape thing, I think that the Spike love story was better than the Angel love story.
This sounds like such a weird sentence. In the Buffy universe, I thought that the rape scene had to have happened.
Yeah,
Sorry,
because she
guys.
needed to come to breaking point.
Yeah,
to
where
know
it
that
was
she's
just
rock
like,
bottom. Yeah.
and she even said, and asked me again why I could never love
Yeah.
you. And it was kind of like at
Oh
that
my
moment.
And that made
it
her
was
realise
just
as well, because she didn't know why she was attracted to
Yeah.
this exactly.
That
It
scene
was such a
kinda
good.
sad, you know.
That scene was like
with
harrowing.
Tara.
Huh?
When Tara told her that there's nothing wrong with her because she thought
Yeah.
she came back wrong,
Yeah.
and then she was like, and she started crying, and she was
Why
like,
do I let him do
"Please,
this to me?"
Please tell me that there's something wrong with me, and I was just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Fucking hell, man.
Season 6 was emotional thinking
I'm
back
getting
to
a little
it.
bit cut
it
up
was,
right now.
it was.
Do you think there's like metaphors in Buffy? All the science fiction and fantasy sides of things, are they all like metaphors for just like high school girl? Troubled high school girl?
Yeah, I suppose so. Like,
Or do you not think about it like that?
You can link a lot of things to.
You
Like, they
can
keep,
do,
they
yeah.
do keep it very real and very human.
Yeah, it's-
I mean, there's death. Like her mum died of natural causes, which was a brain tumor. And
then Tara,
her almost
yeah.
getting raped, and like there's all these like different elements, especially in school, the bullying,
Yeah,
the different groups in society. They had the episode where she took an aspect of a demon because her
Yeah, she can
the
read
demon's
minds.
blood touched
Yeah.
hers, so then she became a telepath. And then she heard one day that someone was going to kill everybody in the school. She was like, by tomorrow you're going to be dead, basically. And then they had that, which they actually held back the episode because a similar situation happened in America.
Because a similar
Fucking
situation is
hell.
always happening in America.
Went and
So
shot
that-
a bunch of kids.
So the whole show, if you take away all the demons and
Yeah.
vampires
It
and
could be a life
Yeah.
about a high schooler.
a
really.
high school
Yeah.
troubled high school girl that burned down her gym because she was like super troubled and then moved to another school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Buffy's best TV show ever.
It really is.
Brilliant.
What's
And very clever.
have you got a favourite episode or is that too much?
The Body, I think, is my favourite and my most heart wrenching.
Really?
Do you want to?
Because
Can
like,
you
there's
give
no,
it?
and Hush. Sorry.
Wait.
Hush is my favourite.
Choose an episode
Hush.
and give it. You have a minute to say why it's the best.
Okay, so Hush. It's an episode without sound. And it's terrifying. Like, you've seen my desktop picture. That is the gentleman in Hush. And it's amazing. And it's a way... Because, like, Season 4 didn't have many highlights. That was it. Season 4, Episode 10, Hush.
So season 4, which is your least favourite season,
Yeah.
has your favourite episode, isn't
Yeah.
it? Crazy.
But that's the season where they're all silent, their voices get taken away so they can't scream. Which is the most terrifying thing. You can't do that in today's day and age.
That's
a lot of this stuff
sick.
could translate, but with like phones and stuff and technology, you can't do that episode.
Because
in
you're
today's
just
day and
writing
age.
text instead
Exactly.
of shouting. Yeah.
Now it's terrifying.
Yeah.
If you're in trouble, someone's cutting your heart out, you can't scream.
That's
Which
a sick
happened.
idea.
People cutting your heart out
Yeah.
and while you're alive.
Because really, like when you're like the only thing you can do, say you're like helpless, and the only thing you can do is scream, isn't it? I guess that's the point. That's really clever.
And when you're in pain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like some sort of release. If you
And
can't
also,
do it.
someone's just taking away your voice. That's pretty daunting.
Oh, taking away your voice. That's like
Yeah.
a social thing. It's like taking away your voice.
Like, it doesn't have to... They don't have to cut out your heart. Just the fact that they're taking away your voice. They're taking away the way that you communicate.
Yeah.
Simeon?
Lord, I don't know if I can answer this one. I don't think I have a favourite episode. I like so many. even right now, like I've just got so many episodes just been
Name one that's in your head.
Pick me.
Yeah, pick one. Just grab one.
We'll do a sequel episode of this if we think of another one.
Should we just do it?
You know what? Come back to me. I'll answer at the end.
Let's take my answer at the end.
I'll let the viewers have a chance. See if you guys can guess what will be my favourite episode.
Yeah. So, Alex,
Is it quiz time?
I think it might be quiz time.
shit.
Alright, ready?
Go.
Kind of nervous.
Can I just say I've had like a flu and like been hammered and like
Devil is a liar.
Mate, some of these questions even I know the answers from just listening to this you two talking.
You know whatever the
Do you want to just Google like a Buffy?
No, they're good.
I want to know what these questions.
This is good.
And then if it's really bad, we'll Google it.
Yeah, okay.
We'll give you a little minute.
Alright.
Or two.
Okay.
So we're going to just shout out, yeah?
Yeah,
Is
so-
it like a race? Are we like...
Yeah. So listen, yeah.
Alright.
So the rules are, I'm going to say the question. You can butt into the question if you want.
Oh, that's rude.
It's rude.
That's how I won the Marvel
If
one.
you want to be rude, you have to say your name.
Ooh,
But then if you say your name, you go, and then if you're wrong, then the other person gets to hear the whole question, and then can...
You get frozen out of the next response.
Exactly.
The other person has to have
Exactly.
a go first.
Alright.
Okay.
So we're not going to do the jumping on...
You can if you want.
can
You
if you
can.
So then what's the point of saying your name and then answering the question if someone...
Because if you know, if from like 5 words into the question you know what the answer is, you can just say your name straight away and just say it.
Ross, I
Okay.
could be lying. I'm just going to keep saying my name.
No, what are you talking about?
Say
No,
my
but then you
name.
have to
Because
say...
after you do
then
it
you have to-
once, you don't get...
You have
the
to say
other
your
person has to
name
go.
and then say the answer, what your
Alright.
answer
So
is.
if you get it
Do you
wrong,
understand?
if you get it wrong...
I'll catch
Oh mate, I'm feeling like what I know what it's
Simeon.
like in like Simeon's house at Christmas time. Like, do you not get the games at Christmas?
Sometimes.
Simeon, if you answer and get it wrong, you don't get to answer
It's
again
like,
until I
you
get
remind me
it
of
wrong.
my mum.
But
It's like, I know how
then
to
it's
play.
like 2 different rules because you've got alright,
there
I say my
isn't.
name and then I answer. But then there's also I can say my name, Simeon. So on the second of, and then you could just jump in.
No, I don't get a go.
If you say your name,
That's it, it's
the stage is
your go.
yours.
It's like your buzzer. Your name
I'm
is your
with
buzzer.
you guys now. I'm
Yeah.
with you guys. So that's what I thought that you could
Okay.
jump.
Wait, can we like do this before we do it?
Oh yeah,
Dutch
let's have
courage,
a
yeah?
shot. Come.
Dutch
We're
courage.
drinking vampire blood.
I've actually done my nails for the occasion.
Oh yeah, last episode. Episode. Tom and
I changed my nails and then changed them back last night for this.
My sister took my nail polish.
Oh, that's horrible.
You know, it's not that bad.
It's quiz time.
Okay, quiz time.
Who's that song by?
That was going to be one of the questions.
Oh really?
Oh, I don't know.
It's
that
about
one.
head. Nerf herder.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Right, okay.
that was one of the questions.
It was not on here, but
Yeah, okay.
it didn't make the cut.
Okay.
Too easy. No, it's too hard, I thought. Right, okay. This is going to be a difficult question to even say.
Okay.
Remember, you have to say your name.
Okay.
What is the distinguishing feature of a Bogura demon? Spelled B-O-G-U-A-R-A.
What season is this?
Yeah, please. And what episode?
You never know. You know nothing.
7 seasons of
And that's
episodes.
obviously a demon that's
Bagura.
not very popular. What does it look like?
Bogura. Oh, man.
Lord have his
Slime?
mercy.
Timing? Slime?
Skewering arm.
Oh, it's that one, the one season 4, Adam.
Oh, that's... Oh, okay. You could have just said Adam. What's
No. It's called a
Because one of them
Bogura
is a skewer,
demon.
and then the other one was a machine gun.
No, that's not the question, though.
Okay,
the question,
fine.
So that's
Fine.
a 0 and a 0.
All right,
Okay,
I'll
fine.
take it.
Maybe these questions are going to be a bit too hard.
Maybe.
No, bring it on, I'm ready.
Okay, this is actually fingers on the buzzer question.
Okay.
Who is the big bad of season 5?
Sim.
Tom!
It was Glory.
Glory.
Glorificus.
Come on.
The god.
I actually
call
love
him Glory.
In a hell dimension.
You know what? I think Glory is actually an amazing villain as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing character.
And fabulous. I really want to
What's
be evil when I watch
Glorificus all
it.
about?
She's
So
basically
she's
like
the
a
god.
hell demon type god. Yeah.
And
So
she
she wants to go
rules
to
over
her.
hell, and she wants to go back to her hell dimension.
And
where she
Dawn
was
is the
banished
key.
From.
Okay.
But in order to go back, she has to break the walls between dimensions, so it'll be hell coming back.
And
Not
spilling
coming back, but
over.
coming into Earth.
Yeah.
Big up
basically.
Glorificus.
Yeah.
She was like.
But she was
She
very
doesn't understand-
beautiful,
yeah.
and she was very...
And Claire Kramer, who plays her, actually was the.
All right,
co-founder
Tom, you
of-
got the question wrong.
Yeah, no, but she was the. No, can I just give a quick plug, right? She was the co-founder of. Fine, fuck it.
God,
Fuck you
I was
guys.
just-
Fuck all of you guys.
the co-founder of
Geek
what?
Nation.
What's
It's
that?
a website.
Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's really good.
I
like
just
it.
know her from Bring It On.
Oh, is it?
Oh, she didn't
Which
play
one's she from Bring It On?
The
She's
first
blonde.
one.
Yeah.
The blonde
first-
one?
Eliza Dushku and Glorificus were in the same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, right?
UGLY.
You ain't got no alibi.
I'm pretty. I'm pretty.
Okay, maybe next question.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
1-0 to Simeon.
Wait, can I just say?
No, it's 1-0
No,
to
you
Simeon.
shortened your name to one syllable. Can I shorten my name?
Of course you can. You can do what you want.
Because my name is
Yeah,
just
but,
longer.
yeah, but it's not how long it takes you to say the name in total.
It's
It's when
when you get it
the
first.
beginning. The
First.
beginning.
Okay.
But you
Came
can say
forward.
tar.
Okay.
I'm pretty happy with this question. 2 episodes had their own unique intro sequences made for them. One was Once More with Feeling. The other one was 3.
No. Conversations with dead people.
No.
No, it's not.
Wait,
Time.
sit down, Simeon.
Okay,
You
so
got it wrong.
Alex.
You got it wrong.
Alex, I don't know the Alex, I don't know the name of the episode, but I know what episode it is. It's the episode where Jonathan makes himself the central character of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
No.
You need to guess the
What's
episode
the
name.
episode name?
I don't know.
The episode name.
I told you this is the one thing I don't know.
Fuck.
It's a season 4 episode.
Good question, huh?
I think it's a season 4 episode.
I don't know. I've got the answer here,
It's
and
a
that's
season-
all I know.
Yeah, Jonathan, you know when he does the spell when he
Carmen
becomes
is
the
getting
central
very
character
flustered right now.
of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Sim.
This is so not fair!
Stop! Oh!
He's got it. Tommy.
This is not fair!
You just helped him.
This is not fair!
Simeon is on the floor laughing.
Was it really not?
I hate you.
people.
No, it's not.
Superstar.
I hate you both.
Tarmin just told
I hate you
Simeon
both.
what happened in the episode, and then Simeon goes, "Oh yeah, you're right, Sim."
I hate you both. I hate you both.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's not okay.
There's 5 more questions. It's 2-0.
Oh.
It's 2 oh shit. It's 2-0. Okay.
It's fine.
And like,
Can we do half points? Because to be honest, we did both get it.
It's 2-0. I'm afraid.
Go fuck yourself, Alex. You know what?
Jesus.
You know what? I'm going to be moderating that Simpsons episode. Watch. Just watch.
Simpsons
I
episode
cannot
coming
breathe.
up.
Just watch.
Okay, just come on, finger on the buzzer. You got this, Tarmin. I believe in you. This is an easy question.
I'm still like, are you
I'm not-
there's a conversation with dead people?
It's not conversations with dead people. No, because Jonathan just... It's basically shots of him just...
No,
intercut
I
with the-
remember that. But I mean, conversations with dead people, that, I swear it started off...
He didn't have his own unique one, no.
Really?
No.
Okay. Alright, I'll let
Maybe
go.
I'm thinking you should
I'll
only
let
have
go.
one guess each.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway, fingers on buzzers.
Okay.
What is Buffy's middle name?
Sim.
Tarmin. Oh, fuck.
And Buffy
Do you-
and Summers.
Do you want to know a funny story about
That,
Buffy and Summers?
that was too easy, isn't it?
That was really easy. Funny story about Buffy and Summers. I didn't want to show that.
Anne
as a-
Summers.
Yeah,
is
I
that
know.
what Anne Summers is named after?
No, but that was
Is
part
that what
of my...
Buffy's named after? Is that the
He's very,
show?
he keeps interrupting my story.
Sorry.
You took away my point, and now you keep interrupting my story.
Sorry,
I
go on.
fucking hate you, Alex.
Sorry, that's rude.
Just so rude.
Say it.
Oh my god.
I don't want to say it now. You can go on. I don't want to say it anymore.
I wanted to know.
I don't want to say it anymore.
You said before you're a bad loser.
I don't want to say it anymore. Carry on.
No,
Just carry
come
on.
What was she gonna say?
Doesn't matter. Like after that, now it's not going to mean anything.
Don't be like that.
Tell me later, honey.
After this whole thing, it's not going to amount to anything.
It's
There's
the
no
last
point.
ever podcast I'm invited to now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shit, and me. Guys, watch Credit Central at Credit Central. Follow on Instagram, please. quick.
We've got 4 more questions here. You can still win it.
Yeah, but I have no points.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not bad. I've only got
3-0.
2.
You
Oh,
can
I've got 3.
Yeah. So what's the Anne Summers thing?
Anne
That got
Summers is
anything
an
to do-
underwear store.
Yeah, I know, but is that why she's
And
called
toys.
that?
No. It predates Anne Summers.
Interesting. This one is really easy. Get your finger on the buzzer and just say your name straight
No,
away.
because I want to hear the bloody question.
Who killed Buffy the first time?
Tom him.
Tom him.
The master.
No, but
By
was it you?
Flounder. Oh, it was me.
No, go on. I'll give it because I wasn't sure who got.
But you
that
said
one first
Tarmin,
either.
so I just thought it was me.
no, but
it was like a Tom.
you're not getting there quick enough.
Yeah, the Master drowned her. And
Oh,
Xander
that's true,
resuscitated her with the CPR because Angel couldn't do it because he didn't have any breath.
Okay, you get 1 point.
1 point for 3 answers.
Okay, this is probably a shit one as well. Fingers on buzzers. What is Angel's name?
Tarmin. Liam.
Oh! Come on, Tarmin! 3-2.
To be fair, it was like 50-50 before he got his soul or before he was a vampire, and I wasn't sure. I didn't know whether to
What
go
was
for
his name before he got his soul?
Angelus. So I wasn't sure, so I was like shot in the dark, 50-50.
What? Just this is just a
Fast,
bit
yeah.
of fun on the side. Spike.
William.
Yeah.
Well, William the Bloody, because his poetry was bloody awful. But although he wouldn't admit it as a vampire. Yeah.
Did you know he learnt his English accent from
He's got a very good English accent.
Giles?
What do you mean he learned his English?
Like on the set.
If only those potential
I didn't know
vampire,
that.
potential Slayers. You know, there's awful British potential Slayers in season 7 that couldn't do a British accent
Yeah.
for shit. I'm like, at least get lessons or hire someone British.
Worst accent, Kendra the vampire.
Kendra, that's just the weirdest thing.
Oh, I remember her.
Where did she
Is she
actually come
Jamaican
from?
or something?
She's
Caribbean. Yeah.
But you know what, listeners out there, now I've been a victim of doing a Jamaican accent that, you know, on stage or in film, and it's not our fault. They tell us to slow it down because Caribbeans, we talk really fast. So in order for people to understand what the fuck we're saying, we have to talk really
fast?
slowly.
I didn't even know.
Yeah, we do. When the Caribbean comes out.
Well,
it's just
when
like,
were you in TV or on the stage?
Many years ago. Let's not even go there.
Okay,
I used to perform. But, yeah. So, but yeah, her accent was so awful. I know probably every line she's ever
Apparently,
done.
she had a dialect coach that taught her that specific accent
Really,
as well.
poor thing. It wasn't her fault.
You know, the actress is
Angel,
actually.
you mean Angelus? I read about him. He's a monster. I think it is funny now.
Is she? Does she actually speak? Can she speak like? Does she speak?
She's
a Jamaican
American.
accent?
She's American.
She's
But you
been
know,
on Teen Wolf. She's been on Save the Last
she's
Dance.
still playing
She's on
teenagers.
Save the Last Dance?
She's still playing teenagers.
Yeah, she was in that Pretty Little Liars,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
still playing a teenager.
Yeah.
3-2, guys.
Okay,
All right, ready?
I'm back in the game.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you're back in.
No wonder you died.
That was a good line.
That
With you,
was-
Buffy.
Who does the voice of iconic mutant Grr?
Sim.
R.
No, I don't even know the fucking answer, but I'm just gonna say Joss Whedon.
Oh, you're gonna do Tarmin like that? It's correct.
Is it? I didn't even know because I know.
But you've been naming yourself and you don't even know the answer.
I didn't know the answer.
You
Honey, you got to try. What the hell? I
Very
just
well
give it
done.
up.
No, well done. Well played. Well played.
Instincts.
Can I just do a fact? Tara in a season 6 episode, I think she makes that. In the episode, she actually makes
does
that
it
noise.
really good.
She was like, yeah, she does it exactly the same way.
What is it like an inside joke sort of thing? Do you think?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Extra point for that, Tarmin.
Do I?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
I'm sorry. That wasn't a question. No.
I said who makes the
Yeah.
voice Grr?
Yeah.
And you said Josh Whedon.
Oh my gosh, I could have said myself. I didn't.
But
hear
but you
it.
didn't.
Wait a second,
No,
can I
I
just
didn't
say...
In the TV show.
I'm sorry. No.
And also, you didn't give me any points for explaining the whole fucking episode of Jonathan's voice.
No.
Oh, okay, take the point away then. I will give points and take them away as I like.
What the hell? What kind of game show is this?
I was so much better at this than you were at it.
I want my money back.
It's gone to my head. The whole Quizmaster thing has gone to my head.
All right, next question.
There's only one more.
All right, come on.
Oh, so I've lost it, basically.
Well, that's why I tried to give you the extra point to make it a little bit intense.
Nah, but I still want to know the next question.
Including the unaired...
Including who?
Oh, no, you're going to ask how many episodes there are.
Including the unaired pilot, how many episodes are
Sim.
there?
145.
Come on! Come
Do the
on!
math as well.
Simeon.
The 100th episode was season 5's finale.
All I know is that the 5 seasons, so season 2 to 7, sorry, were 22 episodes. Season 1 was 12.
So you go to 5. The end of 5 was 100. So then you just add 2 seasons. 44.
What's the, What's the deal with like TV shows and like either they have 27 episodes or
They don't have 27
It
episodes.
depends on. I think for Buffy, they only.
Friends has like what?
So
22
Buffy
episodes.
the first season was that was a mid-season replacement, so it was a shorter season.
They were
So what
only
happens
allowed 12.
is normally like traditional network comedies, so like CBS, NBC, Fox. What they'll order is like the initial 13 episodes, and then they might add a back 9 and possibly additional episodes after that. So back 9 would bring it up to 22 episodes.
Yeah.
So
So
with like sitcoms, they can add more. Because
Friends was always 22 episodes.
Yeah, Friends was 22 episodes, I
I
think.
heard because of Buffy only had 12 was because they didn't know if they were going to continue it. So from
It was a mid-season replacement.
From
They didn't-
I don't know if it's producers or what. I don't know what
The network, yeah.
title is, but they said basically you've got 12 episodes. If it does well, then we'll give you a full season ongoing.
So that's what most mid-season shows start like, though.
You've got to be clever to make a TV show like that because then you don't know how to. You don't know how to make it the end when it might not be the actual end.
you
do you know what I
some
mean?
people wrap it up.
Every writer should have, if it's not a miniseries, then ideally you should have a 5-year plan. So you should have an idea of what you want the first 5 seasons to be. They got to season 5 of Buffy, and then after 5, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar said that she's gonna only wanted to do 2 more and then just call it quits.
Do you know
No, I
what?
think she didn't announce it until I think that's
think it
how
was season
Alison
6.
Hannigan, she read it on a magazine. She was like,
really?
after Sarah Michelle Gellar said after season 7 we're not doing any more. So that's a bad way to find out you're out of a job.
I found out during season 6.
Was it
that
during
she-
season 6? Okay. Well, all I know is that that's how Alison Hannigan found out.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What,
'Cause it was like, there's 2 more of it and no more.
Yeah.
What do you reckon Sarah Michelle Gellar? Do you know what she thinks? What was her experience of the show and like all that sort of thing?
Well, I
Did she ever
mean-
I
talk
think
about that?
maybe she might have got a bit too big for her boots.
Do you think?
I thought she got tired of it.
It could have been
While
quite
she
it must have been quite grueling for her. Like,
No, I'm not saying that she didn't work very hard, but she thought she was walking into other opportunities, like she was going to be a movie star, but like...
But I mean, she's still
Cruel
I get what you mean.
Intentions.
Yeah, but I think
No,
that
because
was
she had cruel intentions.
was
I know what you did last
probably-
summer, and then she went to the Scooby-Doos, and then she didn't work.
oh, where actors go to die.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard.
But I mean,
And her
Scooby-Doo,
husband.
it didn't do well.
It did well, like, financially, the first one, but
Yeah.
critically they both suffered, and the second one, I think, financially
shit
really
movies,
well.
aren't they?
I like
Not
the
really
first
well,
one.
really badly.
You like said no one ever.
To be fair, the first one, I was about
Like
what?
the first
I was
Scooby-Doo movies.
To be
I
fair,
did.
I didn't mind the first one. I was like 9 when it came out, so it was fun. But like when you watch it now as an adult, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like when I watched
As a
it,
child-
I liked it. I wasn't a child, I was a teenager, and I'm happy to admit.
No, I watched it when it came out. I think it was 2001, 2002.
We were like
Yeah, I
12.
was 12.
yeah, so I think I was
Teenager.
about
You're a
10.
teenager when you turn 13.
Oh, well,
I know I watched it in primary. All I know is that I watched it in primary school. So yeah,
Yeah, because
Me too, at the end of the year.
yeah.
she done that series with Robbie Williams before he died. And I thought
Robbie
that would've been
Williams?
tough.
Robin.
Oh, Robin.
Oh yeah, the crazy ones. I love that
Yeah,
show.
is it good?
It was. I actually
always
really
wanted to
liked
watch it.
Like it's not like.
Did it have
standout
Robbie
comedy.
Williams or Robin Williams?
Potato tomato.
It was.
They're
like,
very same.
People.
I used to call them by the same name.
the thing is, it's not.
They're
It
both
wasn't,
Robbie.
it wasn't award-winning stuff, but it was
Yeah.
a nice casual watch.
Yeah.
Like I'll put it on in the background.
Imagine,
I just wanna chill
imagine
out.
Good Will Hunting with Robbie Williams in it.
Robbie Williams just shouldn't be in stuff.
You know what? I really did love it. I'm freaking pissed that. You know what? I'm not even pissed they got cancelled. No, I am pissed they got cancelled. I'm pissed they got cancelled. I'm pissed that they didn't just make it into a miniseries. Ringer.
I loved Ringer.
I loved it. It was freaking amazing.
I know, right? Because I remember it was back in. You might even remember it because I think Simon was doing a lecture on cults or something, and he started talking about. I love Simon. He doesn't remember me. It's fine. I've seen
Who's
it.
Simon?
Brown.
One of our lectures.
You went to our uni?
Yeah.
No way.
I thought I was bad because I didn't remember who the fuck you were.
I know. What did
Honey,
you study?
I didn't remember me either. I dropped
What
out.
did you study?
Film.
You did film studies?
I can
Were you in
remember.
the
I
same-
remember
were you in the same
him.
year as us?
I remember him.
You guys were
Do
the
you
same
know
year as
me?
that, right?
Yeah.
No, I was there for 2 seconds, honey.
Really?
Oh, did you actually drop out?
dropped out.
Oh, I didn't know you dropped out.
Did you ever see me?
No.
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 You
I
probably-
remember you somewhat.
I was there, I think, up until like the first term, basically, up until Christmas.
Do you
Why
really
did you
lasted
think?
that long?
Why did you think you would like it? Because you didn't like school.
You know what? It was the travel, which was the only thing.
Because you came from
I
Canning
was
Town.
East Ham, and I was travelling back and forth. It was 2 hours there and 2 hours
Fuck
back.
that.
And you know what? It was fine until one day I left my coursework at home. And then I asked for an extension, and he was like, "You've got to the end of the day."
No.
I was going to go home and come back and go home again. That's 8 hours journey. I got home, I was like, nope, I'm not going back. And that was the end of that. But I actually liked it while I was there.
Did you see what film?
But you know what I like better? The money. That student loan was very nice.
That student loan was... I don't know why... I've never complained less about money when I was a student. Everyone's just like, oh, I'm a poor student. It's like, no, you're a rich student.
Exactly. I had way more money when I was a student than I do now.
I remember going into the club and buying bowls. I mentioned this.
What, Smirnoff Ice?
No, it was Alizé, and then we would have like a couple of red balls. And I was just like, I mentioned it to my sister, and I was like, remember when we used to go to the club and order bottles? Where was we going?
No, I was so dull. Remember when I could get a takeaway whenever I felt like it?
Well, no, honey, that too.
Yeah.
What did you? I fancy
Like
Chinese today, and I could fucking do it.
Exactly. I used to spend. I think me and my friends, we bonded over food. There was a cafe in the middle of Kingston that we always used to go to. Every day without fail, we'd spend like 3 hours there just eating.
Did you ever go to Sports Direct? Because I worked there.
No.
And BHS.
There's a Sports Direct in Kingston.
Yeah. Dolphin Road.
No, Alex. I think we've established I don't remember you.
I remember you buying some squash trainers.
I don't. You remember me buying? I don't have trainers.
No, I'm joking. I don't.
The only trainers I have been gifted to me.
Can I say about like how Sports Direct's the worst job I ever had?
Yeah,
Really?
sure.
And I've
Why
worked
not?
everywhere.
Why
I've
not?
worked so many
What was
places.
my worst? Clinton's card factory.
Let me tell you about. Can this be like a deep dive into Sports Direct? Let me just tell you how bad Sports Direct is. So first thing, you have to. Did you ever go Sports Direct and you have to get these black bags? They're like, do you want one of these big bags for 10p? This is before they started selling bags for any money. They
I
were
think
like,
I've been in there like twice.
do you want this? Like,
I've
big,
never been in Sports Direct.
you know the big black Sports Direct bags?
I know the big black man. No,
No, it's like these big like laundry bags that you can put all your stuff in. And
So
basically,
are they like the IKEA bags?
exactly, yeah. But then
So they're bags for life.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a big bag for
But the
life.
way you're
Yeah.
describing it sounds like something you could just steal from. Like just
No,
put
no, they're
stuff in
all
and just walk out.
I
Well,
feel like
yeah.
Sports Direct must lose a lot of money through theft.
Well, yeah, but they don't care about that because it's stack it high, sell it cheap, man. They don't.
Okay.
They do 0-hour contracts. They're the
really?
only. They're the only place. Where would you go if you wanted to? If big theoretical, if you wanted to buy like a flipping squash racket or some golf tees. And like also some trackies or some like do you know what I mean?
Line,
You just go
you go
every
Sports
that's the only,
Direct.
anything you want like
It's true. Boxing gloves.
and everyone in there hates it. Everyone in the queue hates it. It's like, oh god, I can't believe I had to come here today.
Really?
It's like, yeah, but you don't have anywhere else to go.
Oh, I was fine.
So it's like, so anyway, they'd be like, how many bags do you sell today? How many of these bags for life do you sell? It's like I only sold like 2. It's like they'll cut your hours if you didn't sell enough.
Oh.
Then
That's not your fault. You didn't sell enough.
yeah, you'd have to be like, yeah, do you want one of these bags? They'd be like, no. It's like,
Would you end up buying it
And that's
yourself?
A bag for life.
And then also, they'd be like, sometimes you'd go in, you'd do 1 hour, and they'd be like, we haven't got enough money to pay you today, so you got to go home.
Are you
beg your
serious?
pardon?
That's happened a lot of times
What
to me.
fatheads?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
man. Sometimes I remember
Time out.
one time I went home from a house party early because I worked the next day. I went in
But
for like
They scheduled you for that.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could have
yeah.
actually claimed that money.
No,
If you complain.
no, it's a 0-hour contract.
I was like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
I'm like, someone else has the
And
job.
yeah, then they'll be like, yeah, you can stay, but we won't pay you. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I once showed up to work and it was
this is a big expose, though. Is this going to go on this podcast?
good. It's better.
I would walk out
I did.
and I would be knocking every
exactly.
fucking shop on my way out.
You'd be like taking one of those bags for life to get.
That
Yeah,
happened
to
a lot.
cover you for an hour.
That
You know
actually
what?
happened a lot.
All right, bitch, that's fine. I'm going home.
Just pay
I'm
me in stock.
I'm gonna just do some shopping while I'm here, and I'll be walking out with a
That actually happened a lot. Like, they'd be like,
A lot.
yeah, every now and then they'd
some
call me
bullshit.
just before I went to work, and they'd be like, you don't have to come in today, and I'd be like, that's kind of sick.
I am not one to play with. when it
But
comes to
if
them
you
things.
get into work and then you've been there for 1 hour, and then they say like, you gotta go home.
So I've done that, but I've given people the option. If I'm like, because I've been a manager, and if I'm like, there's too much people on the shop floor who wants to go home.
Yeah.
Do you wanna, and I'll
There'll always be.
Yeah, I want to go home.
There'll always be
I'm like,
someone.
alright.
There'll
And then
always be
I wouldn't
someone.
pick someone who's just come in. I'll pick someone who's done a few hours already.
Yeah.
And there'll always be someone that's like, I'll give up the money. I can't be asked to be here
Yeah,
right
like
now.
I don't want to be.
But if it's like,
that's fine,
I
babe.
didn't do what I was going to do last night so I could be here.
Like, does the hour that you was even there, does that even cover your freaking travel for
Exactly.
getting there and going home? That's bullshit.
No, I once...
I would have mashed up the shop. I would have mashed up the
My
shop.
boss-
I can't believe I didn't mash up the shop. I'm such a pussy.
I've mashed
You
up
are
the shop
pussy.
less.
I remember one...
One time a manager didn't... I wanted to be moved to another store, and the manager was like, all right, well, I'm going to make you move after a sell time. I was like, bitch, I'm not working with you during sell time, the busiest time, and you're going to make me do my job and yours. I mashed up the fire extinguisher. I changed the password to
What
the
did you
CCTV.
do?
I took necklaces and rings.
Jesus.
Honey. What else did I threw the phone in the bin.
What did you do?
And then I went off sick.
Took the phone off and just chucked it in the
took the
bin.
phone in the
What did you
bin.
do to the fire extinguisher?
Oh, I just put some holes in it, and then it went psh, and then I just put it
How
in the
did you
cupboard.
put holes in it?
Oh, honey, with some scissors. You just bang it a few times.
Yeah, no, like,
Fucking
if they buy the cheap
hell.
shit, it's like... It's
So,
easy.
yeah, and then I went off sick for 4 weeks. And then by the time it's time to come back, I went to the other shop. I was like, I'm not...
See, I used to think my boss was a
in the
nightmare.
bin.
I used to think my bosses were a nightmare, but then I hear everyone else's stories, and I'm like, you know what? My bosses were fine.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks, they put me on for 8 hours a week, and I was like, you know what? There's no point. I'm going to quit because I'm not earning any money.
Can we leave this stuff in the podcast? But every time I say Sports Direct, you go beep.
I mean, I could.
Oh, yeah.
I could, but will I?
I think my whole story needs to get cut out, honey.
Well, you're not there anymore. It doesn't matter.
True.
You're not there anymore. It doesn't
Yeah, but
matter.
I think maybe we cut that a little bit.
My God, you're such a pussy, Alex.
I know.
Every time we do an episode and you say anything, you're like, oh, can you cut that?
the
I'm
best.
like,
You've got
no.
You're just going to hear the intro.
Yes.
Welcome, guys.
Self-preservation. It's all about self-preservation.
You're not working there anymore. You're fine.
I've already got my husband, so I'm good. I ain't trying to look cute to anybody or sound cute.
All right.
Okay, so guys, I
say
think
goodbye.
it's
Let's
time to
go.
like wrap this up. But,
I've got to go
but
on
I
a
have
date
like,
tonight.
Ooh!
to be fair, it is you with your long-term girlfriend that you live
Nothing
with.
exciting.
So
No, it's going to be
It's
exciting.
cool, yeah. Because
So-
tonight is the night when two become free.
oh my God, are you gonna come in next week? By the way, guys,
This episode's all about threesomes.
Yeah.
That's jokes.
Okay, so
I've actually got to go.
All right.
Okay,
I
so
just want
guys-
to say thank you for having me again.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
Oh, yeah, do it again.
What, are you not
you know,
coming
to
every
be honest,
episode?
it feels
I
like
don't
you're
know, she
actually.
might kick me off. I'll never get a call again.
Actually, yeah, so it was like, what,
Tell me, why's the number blocked?
So what, it was like 5-2 in the quiz, isn't it?
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
about-
Yeah.
But I think next time we'll get an actual bell.
You know what? Next time, can we ask each other questions?
Yeah,
And we
let's
can,
just
like...
pre-plan.
Did you think my questions
Let's do an angel episode.
All right.
Yeah.
Right, can I not come to that? That sounds boring.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like Angel?
I never watched episode of Angel.
Oh,
How about watch it?
Is it like Joey?
This will be in like no. Angel is so. I think Angel is better than
Actually,
Buffy.
yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
But I think
What did you
we'll
guys
do
think of
that,
my
like,
questions?
No, they were good.
They were good.
You had a good balance.
They
Some
were
was
good.
really hard, some was easy. It was.
They were good, but I think you should have had an actual buzzer so it didn't take me so long to get my name out.
Yeah.
No, but you only had to say you. It was like. That's what I was
I
waiting
never
for.
knew which one went first. Anyway, guys.
I'm hearing a lot of excuses.
No.
Simeon, it's always great to have you.
Oh,
I
thank
forgot
you.
that you were just a guest.
Yeah, I know.
Fantastic,
I
yes.
wish you was coming every week.
Thanks. I have the equipment, so you can't get rid of me.
No, you know. God.
No.
I did tell you I was a sore loser.
Yeah.
Honestly, listening to you guys' podcast, you two and Chris together.
Oh,
it's just
mate.
magic.
Big up, Chris.
Yeah.
Big up Chris, he couldn't be here because he's going to be helping you with your summertime shows that are
that
coming
why
out
he's
soon.
not here?
He couldn't get the time off work.
That was
'cause he doing-
professional as hell right there.
Yeah.
Ross fair, because
Yeah.
it just got rescheduled.
So guys, I'm serious.
Shit.
But
Sorry, viewers. I've just kind of
You hijacked Chris for no reason, basically.
Sorry.
Anyway, guys,
Yes,
watch out.
yeah.
Queer
Yeah, so
Essentials.
you've got the summertime episodes coming up.
Yes.
Yes.
Some
Sexual
sex ed. which is for LGBT sex education.
Is Alex going to be joining you? Because he was so excited when you guys came, you came on before to talk about it.
You can be there if you want.
I'll be there. I'll be the sign language guy in the bottom left hand.
Sign language guy, Rastfire. Do you know how to do sign language?
Nah.
You better get practicing.
Is there sign language for some of this stuff you're going to be talking about?
No.
I mean, you could use these pages for Kama Sutra, right?
Kaka. For what? The sex ed?
Yeah, sex ed. No?
Or real life demonstration.
First episode of Queer Essentials just come out.
Yes.
Loved it, mate.
Yes.
Actually, by the time this airs, the last episode also has come out. So you guys could go back and watch all the episodes.
It's only 12 episodes, so you guys have time to catch up.
But there are some amazing personalities.
Strictly
was it Phil?
Yeah.
I just want to cuddle him.
Right? You just think he's so cute.
And,
every time I see him, I never told him, but I just want to pinch his cheeks.
And who is the one with the leather trousers? Cartel, I kind of fancy.
I know all their names already.
Yeah.
You got Cartel, you got Phil, you got
Moore I love as well. She speaks my heart.
Simeon and shit.
You said everyone, didn't you? Maybe Moore you left.
DJ Moore.
Yeah. See, I like that everyone, if you take one person out, we would all fall apart. I think that we all bring something.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm kind of like the mediator, and I can kind of
just wait till the
group.
The episode.
You don't give too much away.
I don't give too much away.
You don't. You need to.
I do.
You need to give a bit more yourself because they're all giving
themselves. Towards the end, I think he's loosening up slightly.
The big. I'll give us. Well, it's not even a spoiler because it's out already. But at the beginning of the second episode, right at the beginning, I say, "All right, guys," and I have to answer the questions too.
Yeah, cool. That's sick. That's sick.
So I don't have a choice.
Yeah, because the first episode was like that. It was like, you were like, no, I find your clipboard.
I was just like,
I mean, you did say when you lost your virginity, so you did actually start easing up a little bit.
No, that's sick.
Yeah.
But it just shows that, it's growth and every episode's different and it all kind of, it evolves. So, yeah. Then
love that show, man.
That's like, I'm not for it. I was never out, honey. I was never in.
I love that. So I just love it. Yeah.
It's like Phil is Professor, and like also it's like all the other guys would look like super camp, but
Phil I relate to.
Phil doesn't look camp, and then he's like maybe like if you looked at them all, like you may think like Phil was straight and stuff like that, and like, I don't know, you got people from all.
I think if it wasn't for Cartel's clothing, I'd probably think he's straight.
I thought no, Cartel could be straight. I was like. I almost wanted to like dip in the screen and ask a question. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I did.
But that's what we need to. Like your first episode back, you're going to be answering viewers' questions.
That'd be sick.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You should do that. I got some questions.
Yeah, Cartel's a very likable character and very articulate.
Who have you known? Because you said in the last episode you knew two people for ages and then two people you hadn't known for ages.
So Cartel I've known pretty much my whole life.
Oh, right.
But we only started speaking maybe about 5-6 years ago. And then I kind of know more through Cartel. DJ I met in 2011. We done some like LGBT creative writing workshop together. But like we was never really close. Like we did that for like a couple months and then kind of stayed in touch through social media, just like, oh, hey, like your stuff.
It was almost like, well, we should do something sometime or something like that.
Not even that. Just like, oh, I like if they post something, it's like,
support.
But not really talking. And then this came up and it was like, oh, like, what you doing? And then Phil I met through a friend, Naomi.
Naomi, who
and
then for this particular thing.
Just met Phil
met Phil, yeah.
He seems just like...
I'm about to do season 3 right now. Season 3 is coming in.
Season 3 of what? Oh,
wow.
The drink. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay,
now,
we're going to do this now.
I just want to tell you guys that I have... This ain't a shot. This is free shot.
This is season 3, 4, 5 and 6. The hell mouth just opened.
It may have... I gave him like 6 shots.
My
punishment.
No, his one looked less than mine.
No, his one's about half the glass.
Good night, everyone. I've got to go.
All right, bye.
Is this how we're saying bye? All right,
bye, guys.
Love you. Follow me on Insta, Simeon.Simms or SexyTimeInc_.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't follow that one.
Oh,
really? I don't follow that either. You can follow me too. I'm Whiskey Timing Foxtrot.
I love your new name, by the way.
Yeah.
Really sick,
I didn't like my old name that much. It was just my name.
All right, go.
Okay,
all
bye.
Right. Bye.